What's up, guys? I am in Mexico and I'm about to work out, so I thought maybe I can record this workout because it's been a while I don't post a video here, and then I can talk to you about some shit that I want to talk about while I do the workout. So that way, you get to know a little bit more about me while we do a workout, and that way maybe it's more interesting. I don't know. We've got this really nice apartment and we have our own pool. So even though it's sunny, it's very sunny, I'm gonna do it on top of that, and that's it. Basically, what I'm gonna do is just push-ups. I'm gonna pick 4 push-ups exercises, and we're gonna do 4 sets of 10 reps. So get ready. Okay, so the 4 exercises are gonna be: the first one is regular push-ups. Just do normal push-ups like you always do. Okay. Second one is going to be with your hands like that and as low as you can, because that way we can work on our chest. My chest is probably the part that I have less developed from my entire body, so I want to work on that. Then we're gonna do these ones that basically you go down, then you go to your elbows, you go back, and up, boom, elbows, back, up, boom, elbows. Okay. And then for the last one, I'm gonna be doing handstand push-ups, but you can change it for pike push-ups. So go like that, inclined, and pike push-ups. So a lot of people ask me how can I travel so much and what do I do for a living. And everything started when I was like 12 years old, right? I discovered flips, I discovered acrobatics. Now we go for these ones. And one day I come out of school and I see these guys doing parkour, and I'm like, oh my god, that looks so cool. What is this called? How can I do it? 5, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not as easy as I thought to talk while I'm doing this. But anyways, I asked these guys, what is this called? They say it's called parkour. I'm like, okay, I want to learn that stuff. How can I learn? And basically they taught me everything, from the very beginning. And from that moment on, I could not stop thinking about parkour. That was the only thing I could think about. Also at that time, I think people around me didn't respect me much. And when I became obsessed with that sport, I just became better and better and better. And because it's something that looks so cool, people started to, I guess, respect me. I don't think I can talk while I do this one. Okay. All right, so that was the first set. Now I'm gonna rest for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and we keep going. So then I became obsessed with flips and acrobatics and stuff like that. And it all started with parkour, which means it's not really flips, it's just moving around, jumping on stuff, trying to jump from here to there, just do a conch, just move around space, but it doesn't really involve the flips. And I think I started watching YouTube videos, and at that time, if you were a parkour athlete, it was not good. Like, you were not supposed to do flips because that is not parkour. That's what people said before. And then there was the flipping people that were just doing flips, and that was considered to be a different sport, like gymnastics or tricking. And then people started mixing it up. That gave birth to a thing called free running. Well, I think because I don't have a lot of chest, those are the ones that I really struggle with. And so another thing that I think is worth mentioning is that I was never the best. I was just the one that was most obsessed about it. And I will just think about it all the time. I will dream about it. I will just cannot think about anything else but acrobatics and flips. I will go to school and have my pen and just flip my pen, pretending to do acrobatics with it. And so then, eventually, with a lot of practice and training, I became
better. And there was one guy at my city, his name was Christian, and he was the best. I remember watching his videos and thinking, oh my God, that's incredible. And then what I did was finding this guy and tell him I want to train with you, and then I started training with him. And because I was always training with people that was better than me, I just eventually get to their level and more. Let me do these handstand push-ups. Wow. Okay, so that's round 2. The handstand push-ups really take away the energy for the rest. So if you see me struggling, don't think I'm just weak. It's just that you probably are not doing the handstand push-ups like I am. Whew. Shoulders. I train my shoulders a lot. That's why I want to train my pecs a little bit more, because I feel like my shoulders are huge because I do all this stuff, handstand push-ups, and then see this part right here? There's no muscle there. And that's gonna help me get my front levers, back levers, but especially the full planche. That's the move I'm looking forward to, the full planche. But I noticed as well that my legs are very heavy, so it makes it more difficult. I don't know if you guys have seen on my reels, I try a lot of challenges by Coach Blue. And this guy is really a legend, man, because he's huge. Like, his legs are really heavy as well. He's training legs and he's training upper body. And he can do all those moves that it looks like you're floating, like front lever, full planche, all that stuff. So that's a legend, because I know a lot of other calisthenics athletes will not train their legs on purpose, so they're lighter. And then just imagine if you have arms that look like legs and your legs looks like some skinny guy's arms, then obviously you're gonna fly. There's nothing stopping you from flying. So then, I wasn't really good at school. It's not that I was bad. I will approve and then I will pass to the next course, but I wasn't exactly like, I didn't love school. I didn't like it. I thought it was like a jail to sit there for so long when you're a kid, especially a kid like me that all I wanted to do was just moving. And they'll tell you, stay still, don't talk, don't laugh, don't do anything. Just pay attention to this thing that you're gonna forget in a few years. But anyways, when I finished, when I was 16 or so, I encountered my first problem, because I was doing parkour. I was very passionate about parkour with another friend of mine called Aitor, and we will train every day together for many years, and we became very good together, and we will go to events together and stuff like that, and people will even recognize us. And we were kids, and we were just making YouTube videos when YouTube wasn't a big deal. And then we grew up, and we had different things to do. Had to go to school. School became a little bit harder. You had to study more. You had a lot of homework. And so eventually my friend stopped training. And all my friends stopped training. And I just wanted to continue training, but I didn't have anyone to train with. And some of the most fun part of this whole thing was to train with somebody, with people. Like, the friendships and the community sense of parkour and acrobatics and calisthenics and all that is the best part, with a lot of difference. So you obviously, when you find that, maybe you stop your bad habits, you stop going out, you stop partying, you stop all that stuff, because the community and you meet new friends that have good habits. It's good overall. But the feeling of being there, learning a new move, have everyone cheering you up for that move, cheering others. I don't think there's a lot of ego in these sports, because it's very clear what you can do and what you can't do. So maybe I can do something, you come with a lot of proudness and ego, and then I do it. You can try to do what I do, but you might not be able to, and that's when the ego disappears. And the same to me, right? That person might be able to do something that I cannot do, And it's not like I can pretend that I know how to do it. I just can't. That's when you humble yourself, you're like, wow, he did this move. There's no way I can do that or equal that. I can do something different, but not that. And that's why also within this world, everyone's special. Everyone has its own things that they're better at than other people. But the point is that I was just training by myself, and I trained by myself for like maybe a couple years, and then I decided to stop after like 6 or 7 years of training, from 12 to 16, 17, maybe 18. I think to 16 more accurately. And then, okay, let me get these handstand push-ups. All right, so that's for the third set, and we have one left to go. Hydration. So I stopped, right? I stopped training, and I got into a different sport, which is longboarding. I really liked the skating, and a lot of my friends that didn't really make it far in parkour started skating. But especially longboarding, I watched these videos on YouTube of people going downhill super fast and then crossing the board and sliding. You felt like snowboard on concrete. So I got that. Got one longboard. I grabbed my friend and we did that for 2-3 years. Again, I became obsessed with it. Adrenaline feeling. I think I am adrenaline junkie. I am an adrenaline junkie because I just really like that. And I became kind of very addicted to that sport as well. Won some competitions, and then, my parents were asking me, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna study next? Are you gonna do like the superior grading where you go and they teach you what to do? You wanna try university, or what are you gonna do? And I didn't know what to do, and I didn't find anything that will fit. Oh no, it's this one now. I didn't find anything that I was passionate about, like for the sports, right? I thought to becoming a school sports teacher or something like that. And then one day I'm watching TV and I see this ad that says become a stunt performer. I'm like, stunt performer, what's that? Like, oh, it's the people that doubles the actors on the movies. And they just do the action part. So I was like, man, I've been doing flips and acrobatics since I was 12. Maybe this is something I can do. I got really excited about that, and I checked the price, and it was like $3,000. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Madrid, which is a different city. It's 200 kilometers away from my city. My parents didn't have, they had money, enough money to, I never struggled. But we were not rich or by any means. So giving 3,000 euros, it was like kind of, an investment. And they did it for me. They paid these 3,000 euros. But then the problem was that my dad said, where are you going to stay? Because it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And he said, I cannot afford to give you, 300 euros every week just for you to go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and have a hotel and, and food and all that stuff. He said, I'll give you 50 euros every weekend. And he said he will give me 50 euros because I told him before that I had a friend in Madrid and that I could stay there. And that was a complete lie. I didn't have any friend in Madrid. I just thought I could figure it out. And I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I went to Madrid, and then for the first 2 weeks, I had to rent these places that were like $5 to $10 a night. Sometimes shared bedrooms, sometimes private, but if it was private, it was really far. It was not close by. And so I did that for 2 weeks, and again, a lot of people that was going to this stunt class, which it was a course teaching you how to become a stunt performer. I went there, and I was the only person that already had experience doing flips and acrobatics and falls and all that stuff, right? So I was already, whew, it's already ahead. People that was there, they were all looking at me like, wow, look at these guys doing crazy acrobatics. Because to be honest, when I was 12, I already had a pretty good level. Sorry, no, when I was 12, when I was 18, I already had a really good level because I was training since I was 12. Even though I stopped for 2-3 years to do longboarding, I still remembered all those moves. I just had to refresh it. So that was the moment where I came back to training, to parkour, to calisthenics. I decided to, that's what I love, and I just stopped doing it because nobody else is doing it with me, and maybe now I can continue doing it. So the point is that by the third week or so, I already had people inviting me to stay at their place. And this one really good friend of mine, he invited me to his place. I offered him money. He said no. He'd give me everything. And it was the nicest thing that ever happened, because thanks to him I could complete the course. And that was kind of what kick-started the whole thing. Everything started as a lie. Yeah, I have a friend in Madrid, I'm gonna stay at his place, and then actually became true. I visualized that stuff, and then it happened. Let me do this 10 handstand push-ups. Okay. Wow, well, right, guys, so that's it. That's 26 minutes to complete the workout, and I stopped a lot. So you can do that faster if you want. Hold on 1 second. Woo. Oh, yes, better. I don't know if this mic is waterproof. Doesn't look like waterproof. And it's very expensive. So yeah, guys, basically on that stunt course, that's where I learned how to audition to places. I didn't really learn anything about stunts. I learned that world is very difficult and that there's a lot of competition, and at least in Spain it's very monopolized. The same people get the same jobs. There's just so many jobs that you can take, and they're all pretty much taken by the same people over and over. But I learned that, if you want to be on a live show, you need to have a video reel and a website and somewhere that showcases what you can do. And then I learned how to find auditions. I will go online, find auditions, and then I was like, wait a minute, is this just it? So I just have to do a video that is better than anyone else's video, and then apply to all these fucking auditions that there's just so fucking many auditions. So I'll just apply to all of them. So my approach was, I will make a video better than everybody else. That's first. My video has to be better. And then I will apply more than anybody else. So what I did was spending like 2 weeks in making the best show reel I could do. And then I applied to every single audition. I set a goal of applying to 100 every day. And by the fourth or fifth day that I was doing that, I already had so many opportunities to jump onto. Plus the live auditions that they have, which means that you cannot really apply online. You need to go. So I will just go to those as well, and I will always make it. I remember some months that I ended up moving to Madrid. I ended up working for this music theater show called Hercules, and I did a very big theater, which is crazy because really famous people make it to that theater. It's one of the oldest theaters in the world and probably the most famous theater in Spain. And that was the first time I went on a stage, was there. So that's pretty mind-blowing.
And after that, they decided to extend it. It was only like a show to make in there in Merida. But then they extended it, and we traveled all around Spain. I discovered everywhere, and I moved in with two of the people that was there. One of them was a director, a writer, and then the other guy was an actor, just like me, and another acrobat. And we all moved together to this house in Madrid, and that was my way of living. I just tried to get into live shows and apply to auditions for commercials and main roles in television, and then eventually they called me for Cirque du Soleil, and I just went to Canada and discovered the rest of the world. But I don't want to make this video eternal. If you kind of like this kind of videos, just let me know and I'll make more, because I just don't know if this is worth it, but you can let me know. See you guys.